Hey everybody, Goldie here, taking a look at the newest character in WWE Champions, and it is Austin Theory, your freebie for the Money in the Bank month-long contest. Of course, he won the briefcase last year, the infamous cash-in on an open challenge, which he failed. A decision that many of us still can't really wrap our heads around, but alas, former Money in the Bank winner himself, and your free character for the event. He is a modern era chaotic technician, trainer ability. This is new. At 26k, Pyro Gems do 100% more damage, and multiply gems generated from moves will increase their strength by 1. Sneaking suspicion that Nikki Cross is a Pyro Gem user. Links, Smackdown, any color move start with 1 more move point. Modern era gems do 5% more damage. Just the one standard set of gear for the now. This is going to be our free-to-play approved edition. What does that mean? It means the entourage and belt setup that I will be using for this preview will be characters and things that everybody at any playing level has access to, whether that's an entourage, like I'm going to be using Hall of Fame Scott Hall. He was given away to commemorate his passing. Skill plates you can get off of the skill plate medallion wall. And basically, because he's the free character, I want to show kind of the baseline. What can we do with him using just regular Fury medals and an entourage that everybody can use? And then I will be doing a second video where I kind of ramp it up a little bit, use higher tier stuff. So we have our baseline with the free-to-play video. We have our ceiling with the run it back. This will be the free-to-play. Starting off with the build you would use at 2-star. Obviously, it doesn't scale up like this at 2-star, but the finisher ATL, 10 MP, deal 178,333 damage, make 35 silence gems into blue gems and pin the opponent. Green 2, the pendulum backbreaker, 6 MP, deal 131,877 damage and modify a 6x6 random area into silence gems. And blue 1, the rack bomb, 7 MP, deal 157,074 damage and choose 6 gems to make into green gems. Entourage for this, we're using Lawler for blue MP, Kevin Owens for silence gem damage, and KO was part of this trainer revamp. So if you happen to have him at 21k, you'll be getting 45% from your silence gem damage. Not one of the characters I currently have up there. Acro Edge, the Brood, not the Iconoclast, but the Brood one. He's blue gems do 45%. So if you have him, that would tack onto the finisher quite nicely. Gargano for 15% more damage to our silence gems, and Hall of Fame Hall to create 2 more green gems. That way we can do a 5-match and a 3-match if we have absolutely 0 green gems on the board. For the belt, regular Fury medals for this. I know Fury 2s you could debate are accessible, but in the interest of fairness, I'm going to be using regular Furies. So 2 sets, 40%, 5% on the belt. And skill plate Honky Tonk Blues. Whenever you break 3 or more green gems, get 3 blue move points at the end of your turn. Going to help with recycling. We do not have a 6-star opponent, unfortunately. So we're going to be beating up on Santa in June. And we need to talk about how cool that intro is. I slowed it down. I took off the times too so I could show that in slow motion. Really neat what they did with his entrance there. All right, so 8 to make into green. And 2, I'm going to put that there just so we don't drop a Cascado. And we'll do that. As you can see, Honky Tonk Blues plate is going to help fill that up. Take our swipe, no Cascade, things you love to see. Blue gems doing 29k. Let's put out this random area of silence gems. So 41k is going to be the damage of all of these gems. ATL, turn 35 into blue. and pin the opponent. Recycles quite well. The MP plate is just kind of there in case you get dodged or submitted. But 2.2, again, 5-star bronze, 5-star gold opponent with no belts. So probably not going to be kicking out of a lot, but we can at least get an idea as to the baseline of our damage here. But that is the build you would run at 2-star. Let's go ahead and take a look at a 3-star build. Next build we're going to take a look at is double purple. Purple 1 is a sleeper hold 8 MP submission. Generate 28 random submission gems and do 128,481 damage for 4 turns while submission gems are on the gem board. Remaining submission gems turn into silence gems. Purple 2, the angled blockbuster 5 MP. Deal 139,108 damage and choose 4 gems to make into trap gems. If broken by your opponent, deal 89,333 damage and increase your green MP by 7. If broken by you, deal 71,466 damage and make 18 silence gems into purple gems. Entourage for this: Woods for purple MP, Jinder for 3 more trap gems, Gargano for more silence gem damage, and when in doubt, Santa Hogan. 2,200 flats to all gems, keeping the belt intact, bringing in a glowing phantom power plate. Whenever you break 3 or more purple gems, get 3 move points at the 3 green move points at the end of your turn. Pardon me. That is going to help with recycling again if something goes wrong. And let's see how this goes. So what I'm going to do here is take a swipe because I want to hit the sub first. You could double MP. Not too pressed about that right now against a 5-star gold opponent, to be completely fair. But I'm going to let him do his thing first. And then we're going to apply the submission. And then we're going to play out our trap gems. We want to break them because that's how we're going to recycle this. So angled blockbuster. And let's take that. We really only need to match like 2 of the traps. We could lay some traps for him as well. That should help us recycle. Ended up laying 0 traps. Put out the random area. And then here, we could use the submission to reduce his MP, except that's a 2 MP move, so I don't really care. Once you get these 2 moves going, leave him a trap gem to break. Can recycle fairly easily. Just over 2 mil. But the purple moves will work a lot better at 6-star. We'll get to that. But just wanted to show something at 3-star. Let's go see what he's got at 4-star. A 4-star move is situational. It is an MP steal. A 5 MP super kick. Deal 177,342 damage. And steal up to 4 MP from each of your opponent's green moves. So similar build to how we did the 2-star, except bringing in Santa Hogan instead of Hall of Fame Hall, since we're not choosing any gems here, and found an opponent running double green. So this is strictly just to show off, if it would let me click, the situational use of this move. So really straightforward. Kick to the face. Make your random area. Shout out to Gerson. And then turn them all blue. 2 mil. I think he has a belt, so that's kind of nice. But 2 mil damage, recycle, straightforward. If they kick out, they don't have MP to hit their moves. Let's go set up the 5-star build. 5-star build is going to bring back the purple moves. We're bringing in the 5-star chokehold, 8 MP color submission. Choose 7 gems to make into purple submission gems and do 157,444 damage for 5 turns. While submission gems are on the gem board, remaining submission gems turn into silence gems. 5 turns is a very nice base, even if you want to use sub reduction coaches to keep your gems on the board. 3 is still plenty to help drain the MP against your opponent. Entourage for this, again, free to play. Steal for green MP. We're using Striker Austin, baby. Let's beef up these subs a little bit. And Acro J Uso. So our purple is doing 192 for 4. Our green is doing 251 for 5. You could probably build a really wicked super sub build with this as well, but debatable if that entourage is free to play or not. So stay tuned for the run it back. And when in doubt, Santa Hogan for the belt again, keeping with this very basic Fury setup, bringing back the glowing Phantom. Giving ourselves a 3 match with the green sub is going to help load everything up. We'll just pretend that turn never happened. All right. So we need a 3 match. That is it. And we're going to do about 1.25 million damage on this submission. Again, remaining turn into silence. It's just easier to cover up what you already have there. He's probably going to match 1 or 2 of those. But he can't match both of those. Watch as he cascades. That'll show me. That was close as hell. That was close as hell. All right, my lips are sealed. What I'm going to do here is put out the trap gems. Really cool thing about it is the submission gems aren't going to override these traps. So you can put those out, hoping that he takes these as a technician. Ta-da! Damages himself a little bit, loads up our other sub. And you already know that for the run it back, we're tossing an all heart plate on this because I feel like that's where things could get really spicy with him. We don't have any traps left on the board, but what we could have done is used these colored submission gems to break some traps and turn the rest of these silence into purple. That would deal a bunch of damage on top of what the sub is already doing, might even end the match. But we're going to make 2-3 matches and get everything loaded up for the next turn. That should be the last turn. Should. Yeah, we don't even need to worry about putting these out because this submission is going to be the end for him. But definitely can do a really annoying defensive build. 1 sub feeds into the other. The traps load the first sub. It's just all sorts of... I don't want to know how that plays on auto because I feel like I would get very annoyed. But let's go check out what he's got at 6-star. 6-star move is the Standing Moonsault 5 MP. Deal 133,060 damage and increase your purple gem damage by 67% for 2 turns. I'm going to run this with 2 different builds. The first is going to be triple purple because for some reason everyone likes, I only have to load up 1 color. Totally get it. I think the other build is going to be stronger, but I am going to run the Sleeper Hold, the Angled Blockbuster, and the Standing Moonsault. Entourage, Woods for purple MP, Lacey for purple gem damage. We're bringing in Hall of Fame Lawler because we want these submission gems on the board. And speaking of revamped trainers, we finally did it. The bad guy, no longer a meme. At 21K, Purple gems do 12,150 more damage. Did I take him 18k from level 1 for the preview? Yes. Just goldy things. You're welcome. But yeah, we get to use the goat trick razor. Nothing else on the belt. Gonna save that for the run it back. So let's see what this OP razor trainer does. 8 MP submission means we're not exactly ready to go on turn 1, and I don't want to use all of this until after the submission, so I mean, in theory, get it. We could have taken that 4 match and boosted our gem damage, but whatever. So sleeper hold, 2 turns, 28 gems. How many of them is he going to break? Not a lot. That's a first. He was destroying me in testing. So 42k on our purple silence gems. Standing moonsault. Now they're 70k. Angled blockbuster. We want to match these, remember. So I'm going to go down there. Hopefully those drop down. And then we get a nice little chain going. Or not. Oh, it did work. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I'm a content creator. 2.4. Razor is goated. Everything is recycled. Toss an all heart plate on that in a run it back, and that could be interesting. But one more build I want to take a look at using this 6-star move. So now I'd like to bring in green 2, the pendulum backbreaker, and we're gonna run double MP trainers, get everything going on turn 1. Woods for purple, steel for green, Lacey for purple gem damage, Gargano for silence gem damage. You would use a glowing phantom power plate, the Motu taker plate, the break purple, get green. That would be how you get back to your silence gems. So boost. Random Maria. Shout out to Gerson. And there's no matches along here. Wonderful. Go ahead and do that. And then go ahead and do that. And then the match is over. 3.1 mil. Turn 1. Free to play. Regular Furies, double MP trainers. 3.1 mil. That is a good baseline. That is a very good baseline. Maybe not as good of a baseline as 7 Nation Army, but that's still a really good baseline. Okay, let's wrap things up. So that concludes our first look at Austin Theory, the Now. I will be doing a run it back. I will test out the Chic plate with the finisher build. I will test out the All Heart. I will bring in entourages like Showboat Bailey and Rosie for his move damage and his silence gems. Let's take another look. A modern era chaotic technician. Pyro gems do 100% more damage, and multiply gems generated from moves will increase their strength by 1. So very curious to see what this does on Nikki Cross, Unpredictable, who is our chase for the month. Spoiler alert. Links, SmackDown, any color moves start with 1 more move point. Modern era gems do 5% more damage, and just the 1 standard set of gear. In terms of a baseline modern tech, he's okay. He's okay. He's not terrible. He's viable. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, we just got Lex. Who do you think is better? I think if you have absolutely nothing on either of them, I think Lex is better. But cannot fully commit to an answer until I test out the All Heart plate on Theory, because Lex with the Uso cap versus Theory with the All Heart, I think is going to be a really interesting debate. So again, this is your baseline, free to play, approved. We did hit over 3 mil with basic stuff, so not writing him off whatsoever. He is boosted for the month, which I completely forgot to say at the beginning because, you know, professional. But all color moves start with 2 more move points. Silence gems do 50% more damage, and all color gems do 50% more damage. So Little extra gem damage on all of this, but again, stay tuned for the run it back. I will be testing out some stronger things on him. Let me know what you think in the comments of this video. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Be sure to like, share with your friends, and subscribe so you're notified when my next gameplay video comes out. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for being a friend.